You know what? I was just sitting over here thinking that if there's one thing in Degrassi history that will always piss me off and it would never ever sit right with my stomach, it's how they handled Zig and Maya's relationship in Degrassi Next Class. It's so crazy that this idea popped in my head because I was talking to my sister yesterday, and as I was speaking about Degrassi, because this is my favorite teen drama show of all time, I was thinking about how even though I ranked Zig and Maya, I think top three or top two on my list of favorite Degrassi couples, it's so crazy to me that out of every couple on that list, their relationship was probably the most short-lived one I put on the list, hands down. Because the only couple on that list that weren't a couple was Craig and Ellie. But Zig and Maya, the writing, the handlement of their relationship to me, I never liked. I mean, it goes all the way back to Degrassi next. Can't talk. So it's not just about what they did in next class specifically. Well, it has a lot to do with what they did in next class for real, because next class just fucked up everything. Because next class feels like a whole nother universe. It don't even feel like Degrassi to me. The school looked different. How the school looked on the outside looked different. Like everything about the school looked different. It doesn't even look the same to me. But in Degrassi season 14, I liked the build up to Zig and Maya's relationship. I wish it wouldn't have taken to the last season for them to put them together. If it was up to me, I want to put Maya with Miles in season 13. I would have had Zig go on the Paris trip instead, and that's how I would have got the build up starting up again between her and Zig. I mean, putting Maya with another guy and this on and off relationship really dragged out her and Zig's build up more than it really shouldn't have been. You feel me? Because this is what I always said. Because I definitely get where Zig came from on feeling the way he was feeling when it came to Maya. Like, she isn't ready to date me, but she's ready to date every other guy. It's like, damn, how patient do I have to be? When do I get my turn? You feel me? But it's like at the same time, Zig didn't have to wait. I mean, me personally, I think I can never wait on someone because I don't need someone to tell me more than once that they really don't want me. And I think when Maya went for Miles, it made me feel like, damn, she didn't even want Zig. Like, damn, did she forget that my nigga literally's been checking for her since they were motherfucking freshmen? Now he gotta wait in y'all sophomore year to get at you? Like, damn, she really had my nigga waiting for real, for real. So I definitely understood where Zig was coming from. Like, oh, she's not ready to date me, but she's ready to date this nigga. That's crazy. But in season 14, I wasn't mad at the build up. I liked that they build up. They didn't really waste any time. They really got to it. I liked that they build up. Their build up was cute. As far as their relationship go, there is probably, I think, one thing that I did not like that they did for their relationship in season 14, and that was them losing their virginities to each other while they were high. I mean, the writers for season 14 had no fucking idea what they doing. They just wanted to fuck up everything. Like, there's not one good thing I can say I liked about this season other than I liked the build up for Zig and Maya. But as far as everything else, they just went on their way to fucked up everything. Why the fuck would you write two people who've been in love with each other, who are now together, lose their virginities while they're high? Instead, you could have had them have a real mature conversation about sex, about whether or not they were ready or not. Because to say they both got high because they were afraid that neither one of them wanted to have sex with each other or they didn't want their first time to be with this person, that's just stupid to me. They could have had that conversation without being on the drugs. You feel me? Like, because it was so awkward they had their first time on the drugs, it's why they didn't talk about it in next class and why they made it feel like made Zig feel insecure, like Did she not like having sex with me? Does she not want to do it? I feel like the conversation they had in next class is the conversation they shouldn't have had in Degrassi next class. I mean, excuse me. The conversation they had in Degrassi next class about sex is the conversation they should have had in season 14 for Degrassi. Just because you want to talk about sex with your partner does not necessarily mean they want to do it. It's trying to see where do you stand when it comes to the sex thing. Do you want to wait? Do you want to do it? Are you sure? Let's get tested. You get on birth control. Let me get the condoms. You feel me? Like, being mature about it. But just make them have sex when they high, I don't know. That shit just always made me feel some type of way. And then next class, when I first watched next class, like I said, I didn't know who the fuck Maya, Zig, Miles, Tristan. I didn't know who any of them were. I didn't know anything about their relationship. So when I watched next class, that one time I had to go back and rewatch Degrassi Next Generation. I went back and watched Degrassi Next Generation. That's how I got introduced to Maya, Miles, and Zig, and all of them. So when I watched Degrassi Next Class, I'm really confused on where this whole insecure side and jealousy side of Zig just magically came from. Why was he so insecure? Why was he so goddamn jealous? Like, it didn't really make sense on why he was that way. The only reason that really popped in my head on why he was like that was because since it took him so long to get with Maya, he might have been afraid of losing her, which is, I think you should feel a relationship. I feel like if you love me so much, you will be afraid that you will lose me. But he ain't do anything to lose her, so why did he just have those thoughts in his head? And then he cheated on Maya. I don't know about y'all, but that never makes sense to me. How can you chase a girl since freshman year, be in love with her, sat on the sidelines as she dated every other guy while you waited, and then cheat on her when she goes to New York to do something for her music? I mean, Zig knew how important her music was. I get it. I don't know why in Degrassi Next Class they didn't just have her and Zig go to New York together. I don't know. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, Zig could have went. I feel where Zig was coming from. He didn't trust Jonah. Jonah is the guy, and he feel like, blase. But he was the one, he thought because Maya turned her phone off that she might have did something or she might have cheated. When he was really the one who did something disgusting. He cheated on Maya without even really knowing what happened. Like, I'm just really confused on why he had those thoughts of losing her and everything like that. I mean, it never made sense to me on how he could cheat on Maya after he chased her for so long. That never ever made any sense to me. It never made sense to me, like, at all. It never made sense. Like, Degrassi Next Class fucked up every storyline that they left on pause in Degrassi Season 14. Any storyline that they did in Degrassi Season 14 that they picked up in Degrassi Next Class, they literally fucked up. Like the whole the whole Zoe and Grace storyline, they fucked that up. How is it that in season 14, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but I just gotta mention this because the Degrassi Next Class had no idea what the fuck they were doing. The writing team didn't know what the hell they were doing. Before they wrote Degrassi Next Class, maybe they should have went back and watched that awful season of Degrassi Season 14 before they set their asses down in that writing room and try to write something for Degrassi Next Class without even remembering what they wrote for Degrassi Season 14. Because literally in this class, don't nobody interact. It's like don't nobody know each other. Like, why is it that Maya acting weird around Miles? She was dating this nigga on or off. She kissed this nigga. And it's like, why is it weird? I just don't get it. Why was everyone broken down to social groups? Like, this is your group, your friend. You can't interact with this group, can't interact with that group. That was stupid to me. That literally made no sense. Like, why was Miles' only friend Winston? He couldn't be friends with Zig. He couldn't be friends with Tiny. I just don't get it. I literally do not understand it. It just never makes sense to me on how the Degrassi Next Class made Zig cheat on Maya, and then had the motherfucking nerve to say that if she would have never turned her phone off or went to New York, he never would have cheated on her. That is an excuse. You cheated because you wanted to. Zoe was there. She hopped on your lap, started kissing you, because she was just there. She was there and it was easy. Why she trying to make it seem like Zig was easy? Girl, you were just as easy. What you mean? Both of you were easy. The fuck? Even that whole scene, they try to make it seem like it was weird for them to be hanging out. Like, what? As if he wasn't trying to get with her in season 13 and in season 14. He was trying to get with her. She was trying to get with him. That makes no sense. It's like they literally forgot what they wrote. Like, literally. It's like they literally forgot what they wrote. Like, what? How are you gonna try to blame Maya for why you cheated? You cheated because it was easy and because Zoe was there and it was easy for you to do it. You cheated without knowing what the fuck was going on. You cheated without communicating. And then you lied about it and said it was a kiss when it was more than that. Like, Zig, to me, I feel like he never really had much, like, character development to begin with. He was just Maya's love interest. But to me, they could at least made this nigga being a man and just say, I felt some type of way when you turned your phone off when you was in New York with Jonah. It made me feel like you cheated on me or whatever, whatnot. Like, you were doing something that made me act out. You feel me? Which again, he cannot blame her for why he cheated, but at least that would have been him being a man and taking accountability for when he know he was wrong. Taking accountability. For him to try to blame Maya for why he cheated, that shit always fucked my stomach up. Like, when she was on that type of energy in season 2, when Grace talked about, oh, give him a break, he made a mistake. No, bitch. Cheating is not a mistake. Cheating is a choice. You chose to cheat. Period. You don't accidentally fall in bed with somebody on accident. Especially if you're trying to fuck them. That's not on accident. You made that choice to do that. There was no accident about it. You feel me? There was no accident. You chose to hop in bed with that person. Zeke chose to have sex with Zoe in the woods. There was no, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. No, bitch, you know exactly what she was doing. Grace was blowing me because she was allowing this nigga not to take no accountability. Why the fuck should Maya have to be okay with him coming around when he was the one who fucked up? Make it make sense. I don't understand. What the fuck should she be okay with? The nigga that she thought loved her went behind her back and betrayed her in the worst way. And I was laying with another bitch. What you mean? We will never be friends. We will never ever be friends. Season 2. You know, she laid on the law that she didn't want to get back together with Zig. At least not right now. She needed some time. I didn't know when she said she needed some time. That meant the last fucking season for the Grassy Nuts class, and that they initiated them being in game on the last episode. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? The Grassy Nuts class, I swear to God. Like I said, if y'all interested in watching that, watch that shit one time and make sure y'all pay attention to everything because that shit is literally all over the place. Honestly, in my opinion, Zig and Maya should have gotten back together in season 3. But since they did the bus crash at the end of season 3, since they did the bus crash at the end of season 2, there was no way you could put her and Zig back together. They gave her a depression storyline. It was just like, so why not put them back together at the end of season 2 then? I just don't understand. Like, it just don't make sense to me. There should be no reason why it took them so long to get back together. Like, literally, no, like, it's like making no sense to me. Zig should never cheat on her to begin with. Period. Like, the writing and the handlement of the relationship would never ever sit right with me. I think they were done dirty. I think when and this is something I'm gonna have to disagree on because I just watched my girl rank the Grassy couples, and she said that Zig and Maya were the best written relationship outside of Eli and Claire. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, and the only reason I'm gonna have to disagree with it is because excuse me, because Zig and Maya's, there was not much of a relationship between Zig and Maya, like I just said. Literally in season one, there wasn't much of a relationship between them. They literally got no screen time together as a couple. They didn't really do anything. Maya only storylines in season one and in season two was just her focusing on her damn music. Zig didn't do anything. He was just with Esme. There wasn't much of a relationship. They were together for just one season, and then he cheated, and then they didn't get back together until the very end. That's not a fucking relationship. It's not much of nothing, for real, for real. It's not anything. Their build up was better than their relationship. When someone say the best, to me, I feel like the best written relationship outside of Sean and Emma, not Eli and Claire, but outside of Sean and Emma, it's Drew and Bianca. Don't get me wrong, Claire and Eli relationship was well written. It was just a little too much at sometimes. Like, I just saw them too much. And I'm not going to go too much into that because I got a video coming out on my nitpicks when it comes to their relationship. So we're going to get to that later. But as far as I'm concerned, I think the best written relationship outside of Sean and Emma to me was Drew and Bianca. Because I really, really love Drew and Bianca. But as far as I'm concerned, Maya and Zig had a better build up than their relationship. And I'm just going to clock that to you. It's just facts. It's not opinions. It's just facts. I dare anyone to tell me that that's not true. It's 100% true. I just told y'all why. They didn't have much of a relationship because in the Degrassi Next class, he cheated. There wasn't much of a relationship. They didn't get much storylines. They barely got any screen time, so it wasn't much of a relationship. He cheated, and they literally stayed apart till the very end. That's not a relationship. If anything, they had a better build-up than a relationship. So, cut the bullshit. I'm not saying that I don't love Zig and Maya, because I do. They're one of my favorite relationships on the show. They had chemistry. I love their build-up. But if I'm going to be honest here, their build-up was better than their relationship because they didn't really have much of a relationship. Not really, for real, for real. But I do feel like the Degrassi Next class writers did their relationship wrong, and it would never sit well with my stomach that out of all the storylines they could have gave them as the relationship, they decided to write Zig as this overzealous, ass boyfriend, and he cheats. That didn't make sense to me at all. But that's all I gotta say today for this video. I'm gonna catch y'all on my next one. Peace.